Hi friends. Today I want to talk to you about the books that I read in the month of May. Now, this is going to be a very short, sweet, simple video because I did not read that many books, unfortunately. I'm very optimistic for June, so maybe I can catch up on my Goodreads goal because I'm definitely behind. I haven't even looked at the number because I'm really afraid of what the number actually is, but let's talk about the ones that I read in May. The first book that I read in the month of May was With a Vengeance by Riley Sager. This is about a young woman named Anna, and her family is ruined because of multiple people. And so she decides to get these people to realize their actions and invite them on a train. So she invites six people aboard a train, and this train is not stopping. So she is trying to get them to see the wrong in their ways, and all of a sudden a dead body shows up. And they keep showing up. So now it has turned into a murder mystery. It was not Anna's intention for anybody to die. There's a lot of people that have different motives in this. It's very twisty. I think that this just was not my setting because it's set in the 1940s on a train. It does feel very atmospheric, but that's just not the kind of atmosphere that I actually enjoy reading about. So overall, I ended up giving this book 3 stars. It wasn't a bad book, just wasn't my favorite, especially by Riley Sager because I've read all of his books to date, and this one just didn't hit for me. Next, I read The Master and Margarita by Mikhail Bulgakov. This is a Russian classic. I read this to surprise my husband for his birthday because he's always making fun of the books that I read, and he wanted me to get more into Russian literature. It's not my vibe. This book specifically is about when the devil comes to Moscow. It's kind of broken up into sections. I'll link the reading vlog up here for you if you're interested. It was fine. There were some funny moments, but I just was confused the majority of the time that I read this book. I ended up giving this book 2.5 stars. Not my genre, but I don't know. I'm willing to try Anna Karenina because I feel like that is more my type of thing, and I know my husband would read it with me. So maybe we'll listen to that together. I don't know. But as far as the satirical Russian literature, not really my thing. Next, I listened to Everwild by Neil Shusterman. This is the second book to Everlost. And so far, I have really been enjoying this series. And this book was so good. Like, it just built on the atmosphere of the first book, took our characters up a notch, really deepened my love for these characters too. I just really adored it. So in the first book, we are following two children and they die in a car accident. They are sent into this limbo world. There's so many rules to this world. But in the first book, we focus on them trying to figure out their place in this world, trying to come to terms with their death. In this book, in Everwild, they're learning that they have special abilities and grow and meet more people. I really loved it. There's something so magical about this world, and I think it's so cool and imaginative. I really have not read anything like this before, and if you are okay with reading middle grade, it doesn't feel super young, but if you are in the mood for middle grade, I would read these books. There's one more book in the series called Everfound, and I cannot wait to get to it. I feel like I'm going to be kind of sad though for this series to end because these characters are just so wholesome and have really grown on me over the last 2 books. I ended up giving Everwild 4.5 stars. The next book that I read is The Book Eaters by Suni Dean. This book is so good. This is a world where there are individuals that eat books, like literally just, bite into them and eat them. They absorb the knowledge from eating those books. And this particular story follows a woman that is a book eater, and she has a son that is a mind eater. And yes, it is exactly like it sounds. He has to eat people's minds, and just like eating a book, he absorbs those people into himself. He changes his voice, he changes his posture, he has their memories. It is a very overwhelming thing. But the mom in this book, she's obviously conflicted. Do I feed my kid or do I let him go hungry because of the way he has to eat? It is really high stakes. you find out that there is supposedly a cure for this. And so mom is trying to get her son to safety, get him a cure, and try to prevent from getting killed in the process. It is crazy. I never thought that this book would have these kinds of stakes going into it, but it is so good. I truly believe this is going to be one of my top 5 books of the year. I highly recommend it. I can't believe it took me so long to read it. I wish there was more to it, but it is so good. I also kind of read this in the wrong month because this was set around Christmas time, but that's okay. Please, please go read it. I gave this book 5 stars. Next, I read Play Nice by Rachel Harrison. This book is about a young woman named Cleo and her sisters. Their mother has passed away and they inherit their childhood home. They do not have the fondest memories of this home. They do not have the fondest memories of their mom. But Cleo decides that she is going to remodel the house and either live in it or sell it. She hasn't decided yet. This book is definitely a twist on a haunted house because not only is she having issues with the house itself, but she is also dealing with the grief of her mom and the grief of what her childhood could have been. It is a very deep book, more than what I expected going into it. I thought it was just going to be a haunted house book, like a thriller or a horror, and it turned out to be so much more. I think that the sister relationship in this book is very beautiful. I really liked a lot of the characters in this book. I would read a trigger warning for this book if you do have triggers, and I would not go into this book lightly. That being said, I did enjoy it. I gave it 4 stars. Next, I read Alchemy of Secrets by Stephanie Garber. This is a book about a young woman who takes a folklore class and she starts to learn the secrets of old Hollywood. And she's like, I must believe that it's true because she had something in her past that was very tragic that she wants to rectify. She is told that if she buys the devil a sidecar, a certain kind of drink, in a bar, her wishes will come true. She's put a lot of stock into this over the years, but she's never bought a drink for anybody that appears to be the devil. Her life definitely changes. I liked this book, however, it felt very recycled from Caraval. If you've ever read Caraval by Stephanie Garber, that book, 2 sisters, there's a game, and one of the sisters is missing for basically the entire book. The main character, we're trying to find that other sister, save them, and also go on this fantastical journey playing a game. Basically the same formula for this book. Different names and a different setting. This is obviously set in Hollywood, but there is still magic and there's like big emphasis on time. I just feel like Stephanie has this formula of A plus B plus C equals book. And she took the same formula just in a different font. Does that make sense? I didn't hate it, but it just felt recycled. Overall, I give it 3 stars. The last book that I read was The Night We Met by Abbi Jimenez. She's back. She's back. I read Say You'll Remember Me when it came out last year, and I was so disappointed because I love Abbi Jimenez. I know what she's capable of. I read the Part of Your World series and loved it. I ate that series up. Say You'll Remember Me it made me really sad. It did not feel romantic at all, but this companion novel to Say You'll Remember Me, which does mention the characters from that book, she's back. Oh my god. This book was so good. This book is about Larissa and Chris. Larissa and Chris ended up meeting one night during like a group hangout. They have some mutual friends. They meet. Larissa asked Chris for a ride that night and he said he couldn't do it. So she ended up getting a ride from Mike, who is Chris's best friend. Larissa starts dating Mike. Well, Mike stops really being there for Larissa. And so he's asking Chris, hey, you're my best friend, please help my girlfriend. And Chris, being a romantic, fictional man that he is, does everything. No questions asked, nothing in return. Like, he's genuinely a romance fiction guy. Like, he is the perfect man. Like, anything you can think of in a romance, this is him. Anyway, as the book progresses, Larissa and Chris spend a lot of time together, and you are just hoping by this point they get together. Because Mike has quite a few flaws. Not to say that Larissa and Chris are perfect, but this is such a slow burn romance, but it is so worth it. It is so worth it. Abby Jimenez does preface her book with any trigger warnings. This has a very serious topic in it, so please do not take that lightly. But it was so good. I'm so glad she's back. I can't wait for the next one. I gave The Night We Met 5 stars. Let's talk about my statistics. I read 3 physical books and 4 audiobooks. I read 2,534 pages. It's an average of 87 pages per day. Do not worry, we will change that in June. On average, it took me 4.5 days to finish a book, and my average rating was 3.8. I read 4 female authors, 3 male authors, and 2 new-to-me authors. I read 1 middle grade and 6 adult books, 3 fantasy, 1 romance, 2 thriller, and 1 other. And my favorite book of the month was The Book Eaters. Listen, I really, really loved Abby Jimenez's book, but there's just something so special about the fantastical world. I just don't think I'm going to stop thinking about this book. Ever. Ever. The tenacity that the main character has in this book, that she will go to the ends of the world for her son. And I love that. I love that she's going against the status quo to help solve the problem and not just give in to what's expected of her. I love it. I love it so much. Let me flip over my book counter. There we have it. I've read a total of 47 books out of 140 so far for the year. I don't know how many books that puts me behind, but I feel like it's a lot. But June's looking better. Thank you guys so much for watching and hanging out with me. If you have read any of these books, please let me know in the comments down below your thoughts, opinions. I'd love to hear from you guys. And if you guys are still watching and don't know what to comment, comment down the little book emoji, whichever one you want, because this one was my favorite. And I'll see you guys soon in a new video. Happy reading. I don't want to say closed circuit, that's not right. Bulgakov. Nope, still got it backwards. Next, I read Alchemy of Secrets by Mikhail Bulgakov. Bulgakov. Jesus, Volga. Like Olga. I read 3 female authors, 3 male authors. Wait, the math ain't math in here. Hold on. Comment down below the little book emoji for the book eaters. If you don't know what to comment, comment down below the little book emoji. Oh my god, Abby.